Here's a screencast of my learning management system, Google Classroom. When we get into Google Classroom, the first thing the students will see will be these top 4 tabs: Stream, Classwork, People, Grades. Right now we're on Stream. Stream is where we actually do a lot of communicating, where we can post announcements, we can post assignments, we can allow the students to respond, we can allow the students to comment, but this is where all of your communication, as far as a student to student or student to parent, actually occurs. Classwork. This is where the students will access all the work and resources for the class. Here I have welcome and site navigation. So welcome to the class, and then how do we maneuver through the site, through our LMS. Here you'll see I have my student website up. Here's my website with all my information, a little bit of information about myself, information about the program. They'll locate their standards and their syllabus. Here's the Google Classroom codes, and here's our resource management codes. So this website is actually posted to the school's website. So when students are looking for their teachers, they immediately come to the website. They know based on their period which Google Classroom they need to join. And then once they get into Google Classroom, they will see the instructions on how to join Health Center 21, and those are their codes for that as well. I also have a digital toolbox that I share with my students. These are all the different programs and Web 202s that we'll be using in this particular course. So I let them go ahead and get familiar with at least the logos so they know what they are. There is a quiz and some activities that I do at the beginning of the school year. Kind of a opener so that they understand what all of these different Web 202s do. How to navigate. There is a video here of how to navigate through Google Classroom. And then there's also instructions here on how to access Health Center 21 and how to, and of course the privacy policy that goes along with the Applied Educational Systems, which houses our Health Center 21 learning resource materials. Our course syllabus is posted. I also post this in several different places. I want to make sure my students know the syllabus is accessible in several different locations. Community building activities. I do a discussion. We have a discussion about our learning styles and our learning when we do the learning inventory at the beginning of the school year. So we have each semester we do that. So we do a discussion with that so everyone can kind of start to build their teams. I let them build their own learning teams. Getting to know activities. This is a really fun activity to do. This is an example of mine. Students get a blank locker, and then they're able to give a brief description about themselves, and then they're able to create Bitmojis and different pictures from the website, from the internet, to talk about themselves and put it into their locker. And this also gets into our copywriting, because we do go through copywriting to make sure that the students are abiding by the copyright laws and rules as they are collecting materials for their locker. Asynchronous activities. These are current events that we do once a week. Current events, normally I give them a topic to look for. The topic recently has been COVID related topics. That is just so to keep, because this is a health science class, that is to keep the students involved in what's going on with COVID versus just being in COVID. So they so far have done pretty good about collecting those current events and documenting those. Every Friday, we have a medical terminology review where we watch House MD episodes, and the students go in as they're watching, they make predictions about what's going to happen with the patients that House is working on. They take the information, the medical terminology that's in the the episodes, they document that information. They use that information to make the prediction. I stopped the video about 5 minutes before the doctor in the show starts diagnosing the patient. And then the students make those predictions to see what's actually going on and if they actually get it right. It's kind of fun. I normally do no more than 2 episodes per week. Basic support, directions, and guidance here. If students still need help, this is how you contact me. Students with Disabilities Act, I got that information posted there. Netiquette online behavior is posted there. I actually have a little infographic here that they can keep or have access to. Copyright statement for the class. Technology requirements and resources. There is a file there for different technology, for the technology requirements, and then for some resources. Also, here is DeKalb County has a website for students to access where they can submit tickets and get other information on any technical support needs that they may have. And then, of course, the attendance and participation policy is actually posted up under that link as well. And then finally, course evaluations. Course evaluations are done at the end of every 9 weeks. So I take it down and put it back up. And we kind of evaluate students evaluate me, and then students evaluate the materials, how I taught it, and what other things they wanted to learn or they felt like they didn't, that they already knew. And so there's 2 course evaluations that's given every 9 weeks. Grades, work that I assign in Google Classroom will be here. Grades that I assign for our learning management system, work that's assigned in the learning management system will be found here. When the students go, this is what they see in Health Center 21. And then once they go into there, they'll see their grades listed here. These grades are then put into Infinite Campus, which is our student grade book of record. So there's a lot of transposing that I have to do. But students are able to keep up with their progress here in Health Center 21 because these were the grades for them. They will find their grades. Their final grades will post in Infinite Campus. I think I've covered as much as I could possibly think. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.